Presented by That Time I Got Reincarnated in the Same World as an Anime Podcaster, this is Shonen Jumping the Gun, the show where we set our sights on the first chapter of a manga and decide if it's a misfire or a bullseye.
Let's see how many rounds are in this magazine.
On today's episode, like a moth to a flame, this is Drawn to the Fire. Welcome, everybody. Everybody get up, it's time for manga. I am contractually obligated to reference Space Jam every time there's a basketball manga. This is Moxidine, here with my co-host who is driven to podcast like a moth to a flame. It's Isekai Sensei Sama Brad. They're very clear in this manga. I have in the summary, it's never a moth. It's a bug. It's always a bug. Sometimes it's a summer bug. Right? Visually is, but they always just say bug. They never say lightning bug. At one time, I think they call it a summer bug. I'm getting ahead of myself.
A June bug.
A June bug. Is that different? Is a June bug different? Is a June bug I mean, that's a summer bug. June is a summer bug.
I don't know what a June bug actually is.
I have the same problem. I think I looked it up one time and I'm like, really? That's why I think it's a lightning bug. It's not a name because it's like a summer bug. Hi, we're getting distracted. Hello, everybody. We're back with week 2.
You always say we're getting distracted. That's the whole point.
Shonen Jump. I know, but I have to get the boat in at least. We are in week 2 of the Shonen Jump drops. Last week was Roku's House of Oddities, which this chapter 2 was wasted 6 pages recapping what happened in chapter 1, which is not a good sign.
I did think it was better.
And then he gets out the Wii, but they're not playing the Wii. They're playing a Monster Hunter Final Fantasy parody, which is not what I was expecting in the second chapter of my supernatural
But then later,
horror
those
comedy.
controllers are like Switch controllers.
Yes, they like all have a Switch controller, but not like the things like a Wii U gamepad. It's strange. 2 different Capcom, I guess, unless it was what they did over there. 2 different Capcom parody names.
Yeah.
But yeah, no. Hi. Not inspiring hope with me. Sorry. I will give it maybe one more, but this one was not. This was not what I was looking for.
I thought it was cute enough. It was cute enough to keep me going.
I guess. Yeah.
At least for a little while.
It just felt whatever. The dog was, though, they hurt us because in multiple times still in this chapter, especially I think on the
started with
the dog is too big.
It started with that.
And I was very happy about. But no, today we were covering Drawn to the Fire, which, Brad, what was because we didn't know the official name of it last week. What was it? Do you have that handy?
Summer Insect Cage.
Yeah. My gut reaction is some Japanese turn of phrase akin to our moth to a flame that just when localized directly or translated directly gives you that.
Yeah.
But yeah, much better name, especially for all the theme going through this chapter.
It's full of themes.
It's full of themes.
I mean, just the one, but yeah.
Yes, but it hits it a lot. This dropped today in Jump on April 12th, 2026, and this is by Masayoshi Satosho, who I'd never heard of before, and supposedly they already had a series in Jump called Momiji no Kisetsu in the early to mid 2010s.
Really, that far?
Interesting. Or maybe it was 2017. I don't remember. But clearly didn't get localized ever. It's not on the app.
I mean,
because
2017 is still pretty far away.
It is.
It's almost 10 years.
It's almost a decade, yeah. But I believe that one, if the short description I read on the website was true, is about shogi. But that one never got localized, so we've never seen it. Though I'd be curious to poke my head in at some point. And
it was about shogi, and it was in Jump.
Yes.
That's crazy.
It was in Jump. Hey, Jump had a Karu no Go, which was about the game Go back in the 2000s.
Also crazy.
Yeah, and it was very successful.
I get sports in Jump, but chess?
Games people play.
Really?
The games people play, Brad. We're right in the middle of it.
I guess.
I mean, we're on hiatus from it, but when we're done with this, we'll be back to it. Mark my words.
Okay, I'll press the button.
Don't press the button.
Marked.
And this is translated letter. We're seeing recurring characters. I know these names. Translation by Dan Luffy, who I haven't even listed his credentials. We've seen him many times in recent memory. Luffy,
maybe.
Luffy, who knows?
Somebody should tell us how to actually.
We should just meet these humans. And lettering by Sneer and Aharon. who also we should meet so I can properly respect their name.
Okay. Since we're talking about them,
Yeah.
I do have to call this out. I did find what I think is a typo.
Yes, me too. Me too. I found
you
it as
saw
well.
the same
I saw
thing?
the thing, and I'm like, I don't want to blame them. I'm sure they had a quick turnaround time.
Hold on, I'll find the.
I don't know.
exact
I'm
page.
like, at first I was annoyed, and then I'm like, nope, this is the first one I've ever seen.
Yeah,
One of these
no,
chapter ones.
certainly. But I wanted to specifically
understand phoning
because
it
I
in
was like,
a little bit.
oh my gosh, I see it. It's right there.
Because I'm like, am I reading bad? I'm like, nope, the word "you" is in there twice at two different spots when it shouldn't be.
Then we saw different things.
Oh, really? I think it's "you." I don't remember exactly where it is off the top of the dome, but
Where'd it go?
let's not drag them too much. I say directly before we go, we should meet them. And now it's just like, but no.
Okay, on page. What page is that? 21.
Okay.
It's in one of his thought bubbles. He says, "It's true that I might be able to keep my promise if Akane Natsu's with me." He put I in there twice.
Oh, then there's two of them then, because the one I remember is two U's.
Oh no.
Oh no. I mean, we've covered these dudes before. I would say pretty good track record that this is the first time this has happened. I do not want to slander too much or at all.
But it jumped out to me. And when I saw it, because normally I'll wait till the end and then I go back and look who did the translation and lettering. But when I saw that, I immediately went back. I was like, oh,
these are not some young guns.
But then the question is, which one of them did it?
I know.
Because they put together, the translator puts together
the translator, but it's like, well, the localizer is the one who's literally typing it in there. So, but it's also just like,
could be copy
the fact
paste.
that we both noticed one after never noticing one before, and that he was two different. Okay, I don't want to get stuck on that. I don't want to. That feels like I'm dunking on.
But they work on multiple series.
They're very busy people. I'm sure there was a quick.
Tiny little.
I'm sure it was a quick turnaround by the fact that a week ago we did not know the official name for this thing.
Yeah.
So.
And it's not like we do things perfectly every time. Either,
correct.
So.
Exactly. That's why I'm like extra definitely. I don't want to like this. That's why I'm trying to view this as the fact that we've never run into this before.
Yeah.
Speaks, and we've covered many manga by these two, leads me to believe that this was a hiccup. There was probably some life thing going on, and I'm sure they'll get fixed in time if it's important enough to fix. Let's be real. It's a sports manga and Shonen Jump. It's not going to live that long.
I'm sure it'll be fixed for the volume release.
Yeah, sure. That's what's going to happen in English. It's dead. Did Green Greens ever get in a do U19s or close to U19s get physical releases in America?
I don't know about physical. I know that they.
I guess
got released.
Fabricant had two, didn't they? Didn't have two English releases, and there was never got finished.
Yes, but that
one's that one's longer.
Someone corrected me on that because I thought when I saw English release, I thought those were physical, but apparently they weren't.
Oh, okay.
Which is what I was going to say. I'm pretty sure they all get their digital releases.
Yeah, but that's not anything.
But I'm pretty sure they still, before they do the digital release, they still go back and fix anything they need to. And that's like when they add the prologues and the extra stuff.
True. Okay. With that out of the way, get to my patented Muxie's Mux Speed manga summary. I'm already falling off because I've written prodigies.
Pierogies are made of pure fire.
Thank you for also getting pierogies because my brain's just like, man, pierogies. I wish that pierogi place was open. I don't think they're open. Nobody's open on Sundays. Prodigies are made of pure fire. When they shoot a high-arching shot, it emanates a radiance that mesmerizes the crowd. Not cloud. I'm falling apart already. And when it swishes through the net, it sets off a spark in their hearts. The quote is back.
Yeah.
Quote is back, but also actual thing starts here. On the same page, we see a female basketball player under these quotes, and then on a phone on a lower panel, her and her team winning the National Middle School Girls Basketball Tournament. And our protagoon is hopelessly drawn to her like a moth. Sorry, a nondescript bug to a flame.
It was they sort of tried to mix it. They were like, we don't want to do a full quotes page, but we still need to do it.
But they don't, because Roku didn't have it. I'm excited to see what next week's will do now, as this trend breaker. At Kuchikusa High School, we properly meet our protagoon, Keki Mizuhara.
Sorry, do you think that means something?
What?
Kuchikusa?
I think that just sounds funny to us because it sounds like coochie coo.
That's probably, but
I think that's why our English brains are pinging off of it. I can see you highlighting it. What are you doing?
I'm gonna try. I'm gonna translate and see if it means anything.
Okay.
No, it's nothing.
I didn't think because it's a proper noun. So we properly meet our protag-kun, Kekai Mizuhara, a first-year and former point guard in basketball. He's the one watching... I wanted to make sure I didn't say baseball accidentally. He's the one watching the game on the phone, but he's done with basketball now. Despite playing b-ball since he was elementary school, his passion is now cheering for his childhood friend's dream, the female basketball player from before, Hanabe Tachibana. He tells us to a group of male student friends who are seemingly his team from middle school, but also aren't joining the basketball club in high school. Weird. I got confused by that because I'm like, this is a different friend group. But then it's like they know a lot about him. But then in flashbacks, you see them there, and it's like, well, why are they not playing basketball anymore?
Yeah.
Because they constantly grow him and call him a little crybaby.
Which he is.
Yes. They show him that the MVP who kicked their butts in the prelims is in an interview with Tachibana, and rumor says they seem like a couple. Why would you do that to two middle schoolers as like a news outlet?
I have some words about that. I'll save for
That's
later.
effed. There's a lot of things in this manga. This has caused Mizuhara to start crying, his simping hope shattered. We flash back to when the two met 6 years ago when he first joined the youth basketball club as a whiny shrimp. Not that much has changed. She shows him, despite being short and a girl, she can score on him no problem. You too can be good at basketball.
That was someone else she scored on.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay. But he's there being shown this.
Yes.
Or he's seeing it, and he was entranced by her light, and the two would play basketball together every day. It's mentioned that Mizuhara has better handles. What is that? I don't know enough about basketball to understand what that means.
As in being able to control the ball.
Okay. Better handling.
The exercise that they were doing in that panel was basically palming the ball and moving it around a lot.
Yeah.
And the other guy who was taller and was picking on him before, who's the one that she scored on, he wasn't able to hold the ball properly the whole time and he dropped it. She was able to hold the ball, but our protag-kun could hold it and move it very quickly the whole time. So like he had the best handles.
There was a surprising amount of sports lingo in this first chapter, which is
Yes.
a pin I'm going to put into for later. I lost my place. Regardless, all that playing made basketball fun for him until the fateful day in 6th grade when she had to move far away for her dad's job. But we can still see each other at nationals, right? She tearfully professes. So they make a promise that day they'll see each other at nationals. Then the MVP appears in the 3rd year of middle school to dash those hopes. Prodigy tall pretty boy Akane Natsu, who could dunk on him both figuratively and literally. Despite being good, our guy, I always forgot his name. Mizuhara. Mizuhara is good. He played recklessly and lost. Mizuhara was just a bug, drawn in by one prodigy and squashed by another. Back in the here and now, he's trying to figure out what club to join, and we see MVP Natsu loudly asking all who can hear to join the basketball team, including our protag-kun, who he remembers from their game in the prelims and his 26 turnovers. Natsu then relentlessly tries to get Mizuhara to join the basketball team for like 6 pages, even dangling his relationship status information with Tachibana as reason to join the club.
I think it's important to point out here, because it's a bit glossed over in the summary.
Correct.
So what has happened is the guy who beat him at the tournament is now going to the same high school that he is, which he's surprised by.
Because you're like, why are you going here? You should have gotten scholarships to like a bigwig school.
Because this isn't a school that has like a great basketball
because they literally need another player or else they can't play, pretty much. Mizuhara thinks...
And that's important for
It is important. Mizuhara thinks about his relationship with basketball. It was always so fun learning new skills and putting them to the test, but something changed in middle school. He lost Tachibana. He lost his light for the game and never found it for himself. We learn from Natsu that she still hasn't forgotten the promise at meeting at nationals. There's a lot of metaphorical talk of lights, fire, bugs, and them being drawn to each other and whatnot. Finally, Natsu convinces Mizuhara to at least help out at their game this weekend. Totally won't make you play, but whoa! One of their players fouls out and he has no choice but to join in.
Who could have seen it coming?
Especially after he feels the energy of Tachibana from Natsu asking him to play. Once in, Mizuhara styles on everyone and seems back to his old self, perfectly in sync with Natsu. He's rediscovering the joy of the game he used to feel. It wasn't that he was bad at the game. Tachibana was just the only one who could actually hang with him. And now that he's got Natsu who saw that potential and can hang with him. We also learned that from that prelim game that Natsu was drawn to Mizuhara's playing. It's a big basketball love, fire, light, bug shape. Everyone is drawing everyone else in both literal and metaphorical ways. And with that, our team is finally able to eke out a victory. They literally win by like 1 point. And we get a chapter drop at the end. Chapter 1, Natsu and Keki, like bugs to a flame.
That's cool.
It's neat. I'm like, oh, that's neat, because it's like at the beginning, you're like, I don't know what these names are. This is meaningless to me.
Yeah,
I'm like, that's
so
smart. I liked that.
In case it wasn't clear, Natsu went to that school because he talked to Tachibana about Mizuhara
And he's like, man, I want to be, this guy is dedicated enough to do this, even though he knows that he played terribly.
Well, except he didn't. Because he's a good player. Because
I guess he saw the eye, because he makes a point of like, oh, it always seemed like you were passing to nobody, but I could tell you were clearly passing where somebody should have been.
Yeah.
And nobody was.
And so Natsu was like, he's a good player. He just didn't have the person to accompany him that he needed. I will say, because I was thinking about this, the fact that he is only a good player with other good players is sort of like he's not a good player, because you need to be a good team player on a team sport.
Yeah, yes.
But we can gloss over
there's
that.
there's a lot of like, it did not help. I guess first thing, I've said this before, but I think this is finally settled in. Brad, I think our sports arc, however many, like over a year ago, maybe even 2 years at this point ago, whenever that happened, I think has just broke sports manga for me. And it does not help that I don't like basketball at all. Basketball, like, of the live sport, like, I don't like watching live sports, but basketball is at the bottom of, like, that'd be torture. Like, football, it's like, I've done football back in the day, like, I can make football work, I'll go see hockey. Baseball is a nice day out in the nature. You get a beer or whatever, you eat a hot dog or whatever. Like, I don't like baseball either, but like basketball is just the most like monotonous to me. Like, I just don't like it. And this manga did not help with that. And I kind of, again, went into the red and started nitpicking at things. It also not helped here. Before I'll let you get in there, but the two big beefs is I don't like basketball. I'm kind of getting tired of sports manga, and man, I'm really sick of Protag-kun simping over a girl, and that's his whole reason for doing things.
Yes and no. So I on the one hand, yeah, that's the whole reason he got into stuff in the first place.
Like, that's fine. But
then the fact that, like, he did sort of resolve himself to, like, letting all of that go.
It's not that got him into it when he was a child. And admittedly, he's still a child, but it's the fact that it's like, I'm moving away. We can only see each other if you make it to nationals. It's not like we have things like telephones or the internet, or we live in Japan and have trains.
And at some point,
we could see each other or correspond as friends, because it's not like, because usually in these sports manga where it's like, I'm going to see you at the thing, it's that we are two fierce rivals and we need to butt heads again, like rant. Like, there's like I say manly spirit, but it doesn't need to be gendered, but there's like a competitive spirit of like, I need to clash horns with you again at this big thing. Like, fucking get your shit together enough to meet me here. But this is coded as a somewhat romantic relationship because they will not play each other. They're in two different gendered versions of the sport. They would literally only see each other and see their skill, but this feels like there's an actual friendship here that is just being thrown to the wayside instantly. And she's like, and it's not like I'm thinking of in a better version of that, even though it wasn't romantic, it's familial, but I think of Alien Headbutt, which had a very good chapter today, where it's like, I'm not going to talk to my family until I reach the top. But that's one where it's like, this is me dangling this carrot in front of myself to reach for my goals and get it. And that makes sense. And this is just like, he's just not. The fact that he's so insecure about she might be in a relationship, it's like, you could have been talking to her the whole time. You could, like, again, like, not even doing the whole, like, trains visiting, maybe she's on another end. Like, you could have stayed in correspondence with this woman, this girl, let's say, she's in fucking middle school, very easily.
What makes it worse is that at some point, Tachibana is talking to somebody. I don't think it was Natsu, but she was talking to somebody, and they're like, "Oh, how do you know so much about what this Itsuharu is doing right now?" And she's like, "Oh, our moms are good friends."
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
Why are you talking? Why is it this big? Because it's like not like I'm gonna beat you energy. Because like one of the points in the beginning is he's like, I'm not going to rush a girl. And they go, oh, that's why he has this very, like, trick around people style, because he would never bump into them. So he had to, like, figure out other ways around her, which is like, I guess. But also, again, it's just like, this is a romantic relationship, but it's built on the normal sports rivalry, but it doesn't work when you're just like, I'm just going to not talk to her and I'll be really depressed about it. Like, that's why it's like, I can only call this simping, because this is a girl far away that you could talk to and you're just choosing not to. And that really soured me on him going through this. It also helps that his design is very strange. This is why the summary, besides the fact that I have to turn it around in a day, is very truncated, because I was like, I didn't have a good time with this and I don't want to spend more time with it.
I think maybe you're being overcritical.
Correct.
Of
Yes.
that.
Yes. This is admittedly, I'm being. This is both a pain point, and I've reached a point that I am being overcritical of it.
I definitely I agree with you that there's something there's romance to it.
Yes.
Like he likes her, she probably likes him, but I think what the mangaka overall was going for was more inspiration led, which is the whole point of like, oh, drawn to the flame and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
I think the romantic part of it is supposed to just sort of be underlying, and you're not supposed to.
But they call it to attention
concentrate
because
on
they
that.
make the point of when she's with Natsu on that in thing that somebody makes a comment that they're a couple.
Yes.
And this breaks his spirit.
Right.
Like that particular piece of
But I
information.
feel like that was really the only like pointed one where it was like that's definitely how he thinks of things. And then from there on, it was very much like Prodigy and
Yes. I mean, yes, but also then take that out because that muddles what's going on. Because it's like, I could see the thing of like, big surprise people, girls and boys can be friends without it being romantic. It's possible. So it's like you could have coded this one as a more friendship, aspirational one. Like I said, because I think this is more interesting if it is that. But I guess that's the whole like shape thing. It's like there's love triangle of like, is Natsu, are they related? But also like Natsu's here, which means he's not wherever she is, where they could be a couple. So also like, again, this is like the nitpicking of like, well, how would they be a couple if he's
he didn't
here?
know that at that time.
True.
It wasn't until later that day that he found out that he was there.
How dare you date this woman I'm not talking to, that you're not dating?
Well, and
And also the fact that he is entirely swayed to come here, even though he could have gotten anywhere he wanted. Like, it just feels like really stupid behavior. But I guess that's what happens in these sports ones.
Well, no, that one makes sense to me.
I think about
that he's going, oh, I want to go to this school because that's where this guy is.
Yeah, this guy I've never talked to, but I remember him.
From playing with him once, I am drawn to his play.
Yeah. I guess it's because you don't see inside Natsu's head as much, that he doesn't seem...
Yeah.
You can't see his emotional thought process as much as you can with our lead.
Yeah. Until we find out that he's gay and he likes Mitsuhara.
That'd be interesting. I'd like that.
I do think,
where
as far as the romance thing is concerned, I think that an author putting a series in Weekly Shonen Jump, if there's a relationship between a boy and a girl, for the most part, they sort of have to do that.
Do they though? Must they?
Well, I know what you mean. Like, yes, they don't.
I'm going to have my normal position of if you're not going to mean it, don't do it. Because I think of like Blue Box is about that to an extent, and I think of the time that we read with Blue Box. I think Blue Box did a really good job with that, where you have two different people who they're not playing against each other, but they're both playing sports in the same area, and their performance and drive in the sport is somewhat affected and dictated by their relationship and what's going on there. And I feel like maybe that was just I came in here and go, it feels like you're going for that, but you're just not sticking it as well because there's nothing here. There's no human moment.
Yeah, and I guess so. This is, I mean, it sort of follows my own emotional journey with this, which is when I started this for the first half, probably I was where you are. I was not on board. I was like, oh,
I'm very curious.
This romance thing. It's like, oh, okay. Now, I don't think I was as down on it.
No.
But
I'm
it was
just very
certainly
sick
like
of protag-coons.
I wasn't into it.
Yeah.
I was just like, okay, here we go. Oh, it's basketball, whatever. Oh, look, he's going to play. And they're gonna. But then I think the way that it turned around for me was how Natsu was like, oh, I'm here for you. Like, I see something in you.
You're the light. You thought I was the light that you were following, but actually you're the light that I'm following, and now we have to parse through that.
And the way
that is neat.
The way that it turned into a respect triangle, you can't say love triangle.
Yeah.
but like
lights and flames and bugs and following shape.
Right. Yeah. So it's all like, oh, I'm here and you're here and she's there and we're all following each other kind of thing. And by the time it got to the end, like when they were playing the game and like Natsu's going, I knew it. See, he's doing that and the other thing. And then the how Mitsuharu's doing like the fake outs and everything. And I was like, oh shit, I'm having a good time.
No, I could see it because that's the twist. That's the like, oh, I didn't see this happening. This is more complicated and interesting than I thought.
I got emotionally invested in it by the end.
Okay, yeah.
So, And to be fair, I was, like I said, I was sort of where you are with it at the beginning, but I was almost upset at the way that it started. And one thing that really stuck out to me, and this is more of a joke than anything, but I did literally have this thought at the beginning when they were like watching the video of the interview and they were like, oh, are they a couple? And then he's like crying on the floor and everything. And I was like, oh my God, are they trying to give these Japanese teenage boys like an NTR fetish this early?
Jesus Christ. I don't know. Dude, I don't know. I don't know why this keeps happening. I just wish I understand that it's the Shonen Jump and that's what you're supposed to aim for. I don't know. I don't think it's going to help. I think the tried and true methods don't work because they never worked. That's why it's just the ones they keep going back to, but that doesn't mean they work.
I am somewhat optimistic that it's not going to lean heavily into the, oh, I like her.
No, I don't think so either. That's why
forward.
It's like I think the chapter would be better if you took that out.
I think it's fine as a framing device for...
I guess that gives him a reason of why he's then rivaling with...
Right.
Yeah. Yeah. I know.
And I think if they lean into it a lot, I definitely won't. I mean, I might continue to read it just because of how good I felt about it at the end of this first chapter, but I probably won't like that. But I don't think that's the way it's going to go.
I think this is me with literally any romantic relationship thing in any of these manga, any story I read. It's like, if the seed was planted better and I was rooting for the relationship more, I would have been more emotionally invested. But it's the normal boy thing of like, oh, the cool girl likes you, and then the cool girl goes away, and then you don't do anything about it. And that's just how these things get written.
Yeah.
And that that is a like core belief in what a relationship is like, you're breaking the rule. If you want this relationship to happen, you have to show up for this, and you're not. So this is forfeit. Your emotions are forfeit to me.
I think
your drive is like, I don't care anymore. Unless that's what the story is about, but it's not.
I have a lot of sympathy for that kind of characterization as someone who liked a lot of different girls when I was a kid and was never able to go, hey, I like you.
I mean, I guess here's the hi here. Well, welcome to Freud seats time. I think it's like I had that too, to an extent, but I look back on those times going, there was nothing there. If there was something there, you would have done something. Would have happened. You would have done something, but you didn't. So there wasn't anything. It was a crush. There was an infatuation, but like this is another, and the weird of a human being that I am, of a bunch of weird internal strong feelings and beliefs, like. A crush does not a relationship make. It could, but by and large, it doesn't unless it's somehow reciprocal.
Yeah.
Because that's what I always go. It's like a relationship is like, there's your infatuation, but then like as a relationship, it needs to function. And a crush can smooth over some of the difficulties of making that happen, but it does not create a relationship. It is merely a germination point that by and large, and then maybe this is my darker view of the world through my own lens, doesn't play out well. But that's why when I see a relationship in both life and in media that I really like, I go, I love this. I'm championing this. These are two people who clearly both get along well and clearly both like have a crush on each other to an extent. And I love that. When I can find those people, those relationships, it makes my heart sing. And it's go, this is the thing. This is what you want. Maybe this is what I want, I guess, to an extent. This is what I believe is a strong relationship, where it's both the like crushy lovey-dovey and also like we work as a unit and we can communicate. And sometimes there's problems, but then we work through them or something like that. Like,
I think so.
But maybe that's my version of my little pie in the sky romance that I like running into, of just like these people are capable in a relationship. And it's not a one-sided crush, and I think that's just that is my strong personal beliefs bleeding through into how I feel about things, which like, that's how emotions work.
I can think of at least, for myself, I can think of at least 3 different times where there was definitely something more, and I should have done something, and I just was never the teenager who could do that. Fear of rejection, whatever it was.
I get that. I don't want to like cast aspersions on people like that. Like, I think it's just, this is a strong belief that I have inside of myself, that I have to check my own other emotional things to go.
But specifically because of those experiences that I had, I connect so much more to these kind of stories where the boy is terrified of what might happen.
Yeah.
And in reading those stories and then getting to see them come together and like work through and overcome those fears and everything, I connect with that so much more. And I like those kind of things. Now, I don't think that
this particular example is particularly good. But
I am thinking of there's this one that I read. It's called "They Are Still Being Shaken This Morning," and the concept
what is being shaken.
The concept of this is that there's this boy and girl who happen to sit next to each other on the train on the way to school, and they both like each other, even though they go to different schools, just over like very casual glances and conversations and, oh, they like the same game and that kind of thing. But
that's great.
The hilarious part of it, and the reason why I like it so much, is because there's these three adults.
No, you told me about this before, but I don't know if that happened yet.
They are also
to the listener
riding on the train.
Yes, who are like, oh my gosh, we have to make sure this pure relationship happens.
And they like start texting each other, and so they like, and one of them's like an old salary man, and one of them is like probably a late 20s woman office worker, and then one of them's like an older college student, and they're like constantly texting each other.
That's great.
Yeah, and it's hilarious and also
but
cute.
It's like, it's a sweet thing, but also it's the idea, I guess my thing is like they're talking and they share interests.
Yes. Yeah. But anyway, so that's why I don't particularly mind those kind of characterizations. Again, I don't think in this particular series it's doing a whole lot for me. I wasn't drawn to it at the beginning, but because I connected with the passion that happened during the game at the end, it sort of turned that whole thing around for me. And I went, I will be able to deal with this if it's not the main focus.
There's more going on under the hood. There's more the like metaphorical flowery language.
Right.
I'm curious how much, because I know this one before it came out, neither of us read it, but it was talked up in our Discord about the one shot for this being good.
Yes.
And I can see this feels very one-shotty.
Okay. I didn't read. Imaginary Numeral left a spoiler thing. I didn't read it yet. So let's see. What does Imaginary say?
I know I read it. I don't remember.
It was, in fact, like the one shot.
Yes. But
now,
it's like
Imaginary says it's a fantastic first chapter, though I do think the one shot accentuated the idea of Keke being a liar more. I don't know what that means.
I don't know either, because Keke has very little agency in this one.
Which one's Keke?
He's the main character.
Oh, Mitsuhara.
Okay. I didn't just want to say Keke, so I called him Mitsuhara.
Liar?
That's why I'm really curious about that now.
Was there any kind of lying?
Because I feel like Nazi's the one that would be two-faced about things. Well, not to like a terrible degree, but like he's the one that's like dangling things just to get him to join the basketball club.
Right.
But no, like I'm just curious because like all that flower like feels very one-shotty, where it's like we only have one chapter, we have to get into the bigger metaphors of this, and it's like, how will this manga play forward? Like, what does chapter 2 look like? What does moving forward look like now that we already caught the mail truck? Like they're already working well. Like there's that. There's we talked about a little. I was surprised about how much basketball lingo was here, and I don't know basketball lingo as seen in my summary. And I'm like, are we going to spend time to learn that, or is basketball the backdrop? Do kids know enough about basketball to know what that means?
That's a good point, because there was definitely
is basketball
a bunch
very
of
popular anymore, especially in Japan. Like I have no idea.
There was definitely a bunch of them where I was like, I have a vague idea of what that means, but that's because my dad is obsessed with basketball, and I've osmosised a lot of that. So, and I didn't see any explanations for a lot of it.
No,
like we don't even know what a point guard actually is.
No, like that's what is weird. It's like
they said it a ton of times.
There's not really a lot of other basketball manga now, so it's not like baseball, and it's like I don't know how popular basketball is at any level in Japan. I'm sure it's at some point because like slam dunk happened. So it's like, but it just seemed very like weird that it's just like, you like basketball, right? And I'm like, I know we say don't think about what the Japanese teens like, and by we I mean I say that, but also it's just like. And maybe it's just because it's like me finding reasons to be like, I don't think this will live because I don't like it. but it just seemed like a weird, like, this is not a way to onboard people. Because it's like, I always think about the thing of like a lot of popular sports manga, but like more recently, it's like Haikyuu got a lot of Japanese people, a lot of kids in general, I should say, not even just Japanese, got a lot of kids into volleyball.
Right.
Like, undoubtedly. And I feel like that you want a great sports manga is one that can onboard people into the sport. Heck, Green Green Greens made us go to a driving range. And by made us, I meant I wanted to pour one out for it, and that seemed like a fun way to do it.
Yeah.
So just like, I don't know. I don't think, if this is the one that breaks the curse, sure, fine, whatever, go for it. It's one less thing I have to read.
I honestly, I
but
think
I don't
it
think
might.
this is. I don't think this has the legs any more than the other ones. Chapter 2. This, I mean, it's so easy to say in this freaking show. Chapter 2 will tell you if it has legs or not.
No, but that's
right now this is like
cool.
It's cool idea. It's because it's like, can it keep doing that? Can it follow that through in a chapter that's still interesting? That's not just you going, well, that was really interesting. When are you going to give me that level of interesting again?
I didn't care about Ikuden Bros. I didn't care.
I kind of
about
liked Ikuden Bros.
Harukaze Mound.
No, I hate baseball.
So the fact that this grabbed me by the end, I think, is a positive indication of how it could do.
Yes. I am just doubtful of its continued ability to do that moving forward, because it wasn't in a way that cast excitement into the future. It cast excitement into my own brain thinking about the metaphor. And it's like, can you be that specifically poetic multiple times a chapter when you have 20-some pages and you have to move a story forward?
Right.
And the answer is, I don't know. We'll see. But this is my position of, this was a, what? I guess I'm going to say that a little bit for thoughts and feelings, but it's like, can this cash the check is I think where I'm the most at. Things we think are going to happen. It's a sports manga. Will we meet the team? I don't know. Some of these ones we never actually meaningfully meet the team. I remember Beast Children comes to mind. It's like you have your two main characters, and I guess there's some other ones, but they all have generic designs because we're kind of going realistic, but we're kind of going cartoony, but we're not going cartoony enough for me to really register. So it's just going to be, here's some dudes.
We did sort of meet the third years. Like, we didn't get actual introductions.
They are the third years.
But they are there. A couple of them are named. Like,
I mean, yes. I guess I'm curious because, like I said, there's some recently with the sports ones where it's like we don't really spend time to like meaningfully. Again, I will always go back to, even if I've also fallen off of it because of that freaking arc. Like, iShield 21, everybody who joins this team is a very bespoke human.
Yeah.
But admittedly, I guess in the beginning there's some like fill-ins, but like everybody who's on the team is like very specifically designed and stands out and has their strengths and weaknesses. And I don't know if that will happen here or not. We'll find out. Like, we have to meet them. You know, maybe we'll meet his mom at some point, and that's how we get to hear about what she's, Tachibana's doing over wherever they are. I think in Hiroshima or something.
His mom's like, why don't you just call her?
Yeah, that's probably.
You have her phone number.
Yeah, exactly.
I can't do that, Mom. That's a girl.
Wait. Oh, no, that's Blue. I'm thinking that was another thing that made me think of Blue Box, is they're friends, but that was in that case she moved in.
Yeah, that's a little different.
It is. But anytime I hear our moms are friends, that's in a sports romancy kind of thing, I think about that.
Yeah. No, in that, weren't they like cousins or something? Their moms were cousins.
Were they?
It was.
I don't remember that one.
It was something where we went, wait a minute. What is this familial relationship? This might not be okay.
I don't remember that for Blue Box, but I don't know if that was a blotting out or if that was related or not. I don't know. Like, he's going to try to make it to nationals or whatever that frig frag it is.
Yeah.
But now he's really good. Like, that's the thing. It's like, I guess this is my normal thoughts with sports ones, because it's like, what? Hazakaze Mound is dead, right? Ikuden Bros is definitely dead. It's like, if you're going to jump in, he's already great. He's already found his buddy, and we're already using technical basketball terms.
He's not great. He needs to learn how to have teamwork. He needs to be able to play with his worst teammates and not the prodigies.
Yeah, we're thinking that. But did that chapter have any point saying that's like making
No, but that's how you could move it forward.
Yes, but like it's not like I said, I feel like the great sports mangas are the ones that onboard you into the sport. And right now we're not doing that.
Yeah.
He's already a named position. He's already used a bunch of lingo. And he's already pretty good. Like, the fucking slam dunk guy didn't even fucking know what basketball was when he started. Right. Even if I didn't like slam dunk, it's like, that's how you start. Get me on board.
They could get other teammates, and then those teammates don't really know about basketball.
But then they have to be like, I don't know. again, I'm really biased about all my thoughts, but also some of these I think some of these points of criticism are valid, and some of them are me being
I will
picky.
concede that it would be really easy for this to fall on its face.
Yes.
I am optimistic about it only because of the emotional connection that it gave me.
I think this can a lesser version of Green Greens, where it's cooking on something metaphorically, like emotionally, that is very interesting to us, but the sport is not particularly like. The rest of it's not handled super, super well, but I think it's going to do. I think metaphorically to me, it's going to do worse than Green Greens for me personally, like emotionally. But I think you're right. There is something cooking in there. But any closing thoughts?
No, I mean, besides thinky thoughts, feely feels.
Well, let's do it.
Yeah.
Brad, what are your thinky thoughts and feely feels for Drawn to the Flame? Fire, flame?
I'm going to
Oter
say
of the First Flame.
I think
Drawn to the
objectively
Fire.
that this is good to great. And there is one thing that I didn't mention before because I was saving it for now, which is I actually think this was paced pretty well.
I would agree with that because it spends time emotionally doing things.
Yeah.
I know I glossed over things, but
Well,
like I do think it's good that it spent time emotionally doing things because that's how you build a connection.
Yeah, and the fact that it drew me in.
Yeah.
Over the course of the
when
entire
you were already
chapter,
a little arms folded is impressive. That's not a thing that happens a lot in general.
There was like one or two flashbacks and they weren't jarring or weird.
I would agree with you on that.
The panel layout was good and all that. So like, yeah, I think quality wise, they did a really good job. Personally, I think the story is good enough. And actually, I did want to mention the art specifically because it is somewhat generic, but I did want to point out that I think the character designs, I think they went, oh, here's generic characters. Now I'm just going to turn the knob a bit.
Yep, I would agree with that.
I feel like it
He's
was
like slightly different. There's a couple of different hairstyles to let you know who you're talking
He's
to. And I appreciated
Protag
that.
but his hair is sharp.
Yeah.
Like,
and he's got a big forehead.
Yeah.
At least that's how he's drawn in that one panel.
So I think, it's they might be going for something that is sort of like digestible as far as, like popularity goes.
It is. This sure is a manga that is.
Yeah, which I know isn't great for everybody, especially you.
Yes. But it doesn't need to be for me to survive.
But that could be
My
a thing
opinions
that
have
lets
nothing to do
it
with its survival.
live longer. So
yes.
Who knows?
Who knows? I have to spirit leave my body a little bit. I think it's good. Like, I know I had my nitpicks, but like by and large, for what it is, it's doing its thing. I do think some of my nitpicks are valid, but not all. Yeah. Most of them are not valid.
No, I agree.
Most of them are nitpicking too much. I feel it's which is somewhere between bad and fine. That one we haven't figured, because it's like I can't call it bad, but it's just like
Yeah, no, I get it.
And that was the sound that I made in my body when I thought about it.
Yeah.
Money mouth?
I guess for my feelings, I'm going to go with good to great as well.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
It's definitely, for me, I think it's more on the good side.
What a
than the
reversal
great
for a
side.
sports manga. I
Yes.
guess I'm broken on sports manga now, but like
Probably.
I still feel about them differently than you feel about them, because I think I keep trying to go back to the well, and the well is not. The well is poisoned for me, but I keep going back to it.
Because like I said, I'm optimistic about this, but I also think that it could very easily fall on its face.
But it could very easily pick up. Like I think there is enough here that I could see.
There are more ways that it can fail than it can succeed.
I mean, that's any manga, yeah. Would you buy?
Off of the first chapter, no.
Okay.
The optimism I have for this means that I am open to wanting to buy the first volume by chapter 3. But yeah, for the Justice chapter, no. I'm looking forward to continuing to read it with my Viz subscription.
Yes. I've just conceived of a very silly measurement of effort that is not money to read another chapter. Is where is your cutoff point of how many flights of steps you would have to walk up to read the next chapter?
3.
Okay.
Which, to be fair, is sort of my limit for flights of stairs.
There you go. See, that's again. This, I mean, it's still this is much like the money thing. This is still a question that's personal to the person being asked. But it's like outside the money, like how much physical, like because I feel like it's like when I wouldn't buy it, it's like, but I would still read it. It's like I feel like there's another thing I can measure in there.
At 3 flights of stairs, my knees start clicking, and so that's sort of like. I can do 5, 6 flights of stairs.
This is not like a blood run, but you're like, I'll push to my limits for it. Yeah. Okay, I can respect that. I mean, I'm not going to buy it. I'm going to very perfunctorily read the second chapter, and unless it really does something to wow me, I am very ready to click this off the list.
Yeah.
This this triple drop so far, not looking so good. Also, I don't think we said it because I don't think last time I should have said this at the start. I think we talked about it, but it hadn't been confirmed yet. Hero Girl and Demon Lord Call It Quits is what ended. So that whole clutch of eggs from that drop 2 drops ago, none of them made it.
Ended very, I wouldn't say abruptly, but also with no actual conclusion.
I don't think it's a thing that concludes because it was a slice of life.
Well, the conclusion would be he's not the Demon Lord anymore. That's what they were going for.
Oh, okay. I guess so. I guess that's what you're telling me they were going for.
But they didn't. They didn't wrap it up. So
that's on your heart, Brad. The ending's in your heart, I guess. We don't need to high noon, right?
I don't think we're that.
I don't really want to. We're not in Roku. I had a little bit more fiery passion. This one's more just like I don't want to. That's why the summary is not as pointed, but it is still shortened.
Yeah.
I didn't have enough vitriol, but I just was like, I don't. This is not warning enough. Goodness, what an episode. Hopefully next week, Gintama author coming back to write something that we hopefully like more. At least me. I've been having a rough go of it these last 2 episodes. So, Brad, do the 3-point shot from the line to swish in for this episode.
Well, we want to hear from people. So come and, tell us what sports you like. What sports do you like to read about in manga? Are you into basketball? Or are you a football person? Or do you wish that Shonen Jump would just stop trying to have sports manga?
Sports aren't happening. Stop making sports happen.
And to talk to us about that, you can go on our website, animepodcasterreincarnation.com, and find our social links page. You'll find a link up there to a bunch of different social media platforms where you can talk to us. But the best place to chat with us is our Discord. So make sure you check that out. You can also find a link up there to our Patreon, where our supporters get perks like getting to listen to the high-quality stereo version of the podcast early, which is super important for these episodes, dropping the day they come out. Mm-hmm. Although usually
I think next week might not be, but I don't know. Next week will be weird.
Yeah. As well as getting bonus episodes, which I think I still have one I need to edit.
We've been busy with other things. But we did record it.
Yes.
It'll come at some point.
But of course, we have to shout out our patrons. So, first and foremost, at our royal tier, we have our Crown Prince, Slimy Okra. Apologies to our patrons. We are not doing music today. We have to get out of the house.
We're in a rush
very quickly.
We have a time limit and to research for a future arc. It's very important. So no, this will be paid
just
back
listen
later.
To last week's episode
again, and next week's episode where we won't be in a time crunch. I think.
Also, at our royal tier, we have our Archduke imaginary numeral.
Woo! Thank you.
At our noble tier, we have our marquee, Sir Cake Dwarf.
Woo! Thank you, Cake Dwarf.
And last, and certainly not least, at our commoner tier, we've got Last Man on Earth, Rena, and Laura Carroll. So thank you so much, so much to all our patrons.
Thank you so much, patrons, for being patrons. Thank you, Brad, for reading it. Thank you, everybody, for listening. Make sure you listen to all the podcasts on our feed. And Brad, welcome to Shonen Jump Shotting the Hoop, where we tell you if a manga is a brick or a boom shakalaka.
I forget what the the name we had for this was.
I know, it's like
before.
something bug cage or something. And now it is Drawn to the Fire.
I don't think it's a bad name.
I think it's better as an English name than whatever it was before compared to what's going on. Yeah. I think that was just a rough translation of probably, that's probably a Japanese turn of phrase.
Oh, I probably put that in.
You did. You had it last week, so you might have it. Well, I didn't put it there, so you have it wherever you'd have put it. You found it last time.
Oh, no, that I updated.
On the spreadsheet.
In the spreadsheet, okay. But the name guesses I put in the Discord somewhere. I forget where. Let me see if I can.
Oh, that's your computer. Okay.
That is my computer.
Sometimes it's like, are these my own ears? Is something happening? I'm going to knock this sucker out so we can get before it closes.
At what time?
5. That's why I was just like eyeing the clock as we were chatting. I'm like, this is good chat, but also.
You don't have to wait for me, by the way.
Oh, okay. Sorry. Drawn to the Fire. I already have the Space Jam reference in my intro because of course I do.
Tale of Swords and Souls, eternally retold.
One day I should do the Soul Calibur one. I don't think it's for this one, but there's definitely something we could cover that you do the Soul Calibur
here it
intro.
Is. Summer Insect Cage.
Yeah, I don't understand. That must be a turn of phrase. Translated very strangely. On today's episode, like a moth to a flame, we are covering or just we are drawn to the fire. This is. On today's episode, like a moth to the flame, this is Drawn to the Fire. Better ending sound. I go down, I should go up. Yeah. On today's episode, like a moth to the flame, this is Drawn to the Fire. Words or delivery?
Delivery. Okay. I'm thinking...
Drawn to the Fire.
Yeah, almost more like intrigue, you know?
Drawn to the Fire. Yeah, like, ooh. All the podcasts on our feed, and Brad... Oh, shit, I need to write this one down. I had a thought. Mostly I just want an excuse to say boom shakalaka. Is there like a term for like missing the basket in basketball?
Brick.
A brick? And welcome to Shonen Jump Shotting the Hoop, where we tell you if you're a manga... Fuck. I even wrote it down. Except I wrote it down poorly because my typing is bad. He's on fire, and now we have to leave.